I got a story here that's going to shock you. The mainstream media is completely ignoring it, and it's going to change everything if what she's saying is true. This has to do with what Wendy Williams just said in court. Now, what did Wendy Williams say in court? Well, it's actually more than what she said. It's what she swore to say. That's right. Wendy Williams just broke her silence with a shocking sworn statement. And no, I don't mean like a deposition. There's some bigger stuff going on there, but I'll break it down. So sit tight. And also, let me know, do you want more entertainment news like this? Let me know by tapping that subscribe button because we're bringing it every single day. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So recently, Wendy Williams just broke her silence with a shocking sworn statement. Now, Wendy has been out of the public eye since her talk show ended last summer, after 13 seasons. And today, new details have emerged about why Wendy has been absent from the public eye for so long. According to reports, Wendy was ordered by a New York State Supreme Court justice to give a sworn deposition in a case that involves her former manager, William Morris Endeavor Entertainment Group. So let me go ahead and read this. I am not able to recall the exact nature of my conversations with Mr. Williams regarding my medical condition. These were statements made by Wendy Williams in a sworn affidavit. The documents reveal that WME was trying to keep Wendy Williams on the air despite her health problems, including an ongoing battle with Graves' disease, which causes hyperthyroidism. Graves' disease, as many of us know, is an autoimmune disorder where the body mistakenly attacks itself. So basically, her body was attacking her thyroid. But Wendy's sworn statement reveals that WME was encouraging her to keep working when she was unfeeling well. My health was not good, said Williams in her sworn statement. I was having panic attacks. My memory was very short. I couldn't remember people's names. I couldn't remember the names of the people that I was supposed to be interviewing, she continued. Mr. Williams asked me if I was sure that I wanted to take time off. He told me that if I took time off, I would lose my status as a celebrity, and I would never be able to come back. He stated that other celebrities had tried taking breaks, and they never came back. He said that my break would look like retirement, and that no one would hire me again. All of this makes perfect sense now, why she was out of work for such a long time. But then there's something else, because this is all connected to something even bigger. He told me that Diddy was getting away with his private plane parties because he had people like Jay-Z and Oprah Winfrey to protect him. Now, what does that mean? Protecting him from what? Protecting him from accusations or lawsuits? I don't know, but obviously she's pointing to some sort of a conspiracy that the mainstream media is protecting Diddy. Wendy's testimony could change how we see these icons forever. And then she dropped another bombshell. Mr. Williams told me that I would unget anyone to believe me if I accused Diddy of anything. He told me that he was too smart and had the best lawyers who would make sure that I did unhurt myself. Diddy, being too smart and having the best lawyers, makes perfect sense. But what was Diddy doing that he was getting away with it? Apparently, private plane parties. We've heard rumors about this before, but who else is involved? According to Wendy, Jay-Z, and Oprah. As Wendy mentioned earlier in her testimony, she was struggling with her mental faculties due to her health problems, so the question is, what can we really trust from her testimony? Well, here's the thing. A lot of things that she's saying should be taken with a grain of salt, because she's referring to memories that she says are short. But then on the flip side, she also says that she doesn't remember much of her conversations with her former manager, William Morris Endeavor Entertainment Group. So the big question is, how reliable is this testimony? This was a sworn statement that she was forced to make because she was being sued by her former management team. So it's not like she was in a deposition or something like that. She was forced to make this statement under penalty of perjury. And it seems like she's connecting all of these dots to this larger conspiracy. But what is it exactly? And I think that's the biggest question here, because everything she's saying makes sense. Like, we understand why she would be out of work for such a long time. We understand that she would be suffering from short-term memory loss and things of that nature because of her ongoing battle with Graves' disease. But then, of course, she says that she remembers just enough to piece together this entire conspiracy, this web of lies that everybody's a part of. Seemingly, from Oprah to Jay-Z to Diddy, and Wendy's talking about Diddy like she knows him personally. She's talking about Diddy like she's been a part of these parties. She's talking about Diddy like she has evidence to back up her claims. And maybe she does. Maybe she has video footage. Maybe she has photographs. Maybe she has text messages. I don't know. But she's making some bold allegations against some very high-profile people. And the reason why I think that this is so believable is because we've seen similar things happen in the past. I don't think that she's crazy. She's saying that she can't remember most of her conversations with her former manager. But then she's also saying that she remembers them telling her all of this stuff about Diddy and Oprah and Jay-Z. Again, it's hard to believe, but at the same time, I think that there is definitely some truth to what she's saying. Because if we look at the history of Hollywood, we've seen similar things happen in the past. And I think that's why a lot of people believe her. But then the other side of that argument is, well, she was suffering from short-term memory loss. She was suffering from an autoimmune disorder. Can we really trust this testimony? And then another question that people have is, are these statements a part of the lawsuit? Are these statements part of a deposition? What exactly is going on here? And again, I don't have all the answers. All I can do is report on what's happening. And according to sources, Wendy was ordered by a New York State Supreme Court justice to give a sworn deposition in a case that involves her former manager, William Morris Endeavor Entertainment Group. That's what prompted her to make this sworn statement. And she says that she was scared to make the statement. She says that she was very scared to make the sworn statement, and I believe her. In fact, I think that she's a mix of both scared and liberated. She's scared because she's putting herself out there. She's scared because she's naming some of the most influential people in Hollywood. But at the same time, I think that she's also liberated. I think that she's finally happy that she's able to tell her story. You have to understand that Wendy has been through a lot over the last few years. Not only has she been dealing with this autoimmune disorder, which is very serious, she's also been in a legal battle with her own brother. On top of that, she lost her talk show. On top of that, she was placed under a guardianship. And the sad thing about all of this is that nobody knows the truth. Nobody knows what's really going on behind the scenes. All we have is Wendy's word. And again, we have to take that with a grain of salt. But there's also another side to this argument. Like, how could she be suffering from short-term memory loss, but then she remembers just enough to connect all of these dots? And what I mean by that is that she could have been manipulated into thinking that she remembered things. Like if somebody sits you down and they say, hey, listen, I want you to remember this conversation that you had with your manager about Diddy and Oprah and Jay-Z. So Wendy could have been manipulated into remembering things that never happened. So again, this is one of those situations where we just don't have all the answers. But if what Wendy is saying is true, then we could be seeing the downfall of some very influential people. And I think that's the scary part about all of this. If Wendy's testimony is real, this may be just the beginning. And the next person to come forward could be somebody that we never expected. And that's what's so scary about all of this. Let me know what you think. Do you believe Wendy's testimony? Let me know by tapping the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to tap that subscribe button, because we're bringing you the latest news every single day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until the next time, stay safe, stay informed, and most importantly, stay subscribed. Thank you.